Oh, it's a beautiful thing, folks. We got some backstraps grilling for the boys at the office. Gotta love this time of year. What's going on, folks? Greg here with GVS Outdoors. Wanted to get with you here, and I've been trying for a couple seasons to put together some deer hunting footage, and it really has not worked out well. But I think I finally got a couple together. We're into deer season. It's November now, first week in November. Muzzleloader season is in. We had archery season before that, so I've got in the last video I had some archery hunts. This is going to be some muzzleloader hunts, but I wanted to take a couple minutes just to kind of explain a little bit what's going on in this video in detail. I got inspired when I was watching some of the videos from Catman in Tennessee, not Kitty Cat Man, Catfish Man, Catman. You're probably familiar with his channel if you like this kind of stuff, but he does a whole bunch of kind of management hunting and hunting on some damage tags and things like that. And one of the things I noticed, he was hunting some state parks and some Army Corps of Engineers land and stuff like that. And I thought, you know, there is a lot of management hunts in Virginia that go on Virginia state parks. There's at least a couple dozen of them, and I've got a couple close to me, and when I looked into it, it's really easy to apply for those, and high odds that you're going to kill something. They're trying to thin the herd, and I got thinking about it, and that's the sort of thing that I just really support, and I think that we need more of. I think hunting should be a tool that we use for management. Maybe not the only tool, but certainly it is a good one. So anyway, I said put your money where your mouth is, and I applied last year. The way they work, they're antlerless hunts because that's what's going to help with population control. And you can kill bucks there, but they ask that you kill does first. So last year I applied, and I went on the last day of a 4-day hunt, and I saw, I think, 8 or 9 bucks and not a single doe, so I wasn't able to fill tags. But this year I decided to go earlier in the game, and it worked out pretty well. So this is the hunt that you're going to see. If your state doesn't do this, they probably do something similar somewhere. Look into it. It's a good option for filling freezers. It does a little management, and this is something I really support. This specific hunt, you have state agencies, the state park and the park rangers. You have the homeowners association, who really wants you to get rid of some deer so they don't eat all their flowers and things like that. And a couple other agencies are involved as well. So it's something that I really support. The public's on board with it. It's publicized. It's in the game handbook and with the regulations that you can do this. And for anybody who says, "Hey, I can't afford a lease to hunt deer on," you don't need any of that. There's 2 million acres of national forest in Virginia, and if I've documented this. That can be hard hunting. Not everybody wants to do that. I get it. But there's other opportunities like this that are very doable. I think it cost me $15 to apply for it. And as you're going to see here, it worked out pretty well for me. So let's get into the video. That's a little explanation of what's going on. Alright, folks, it's November 4th. They do a lottery management hunt every year. This is the second year I've done it. So we'll talk about it more later, but I think I just knocked down my first one of the year. It's a doe, and being a management hunt, I'm trying to kill does. Last year, unfortunately, all I saw was like $8 or $9, so I didn't even take a shot, but we've got one down. We're gonna go have a look here in a minute. I haven't even walked down there yet. I kind of don't want to either. I kind of want to sit here, but I do want to go make sure that it's a doe and not a... I'm sure it's not a button buck, but I do at least want to make sure of that. And then I might just come and sit. I'll show you what I'm working with here. I'll show you the bottom in a second, but I'm in about maybe a 50-acre block of timber. There's a couple roads cut through it, and there's some evergreens, but I'm sitting on a white oak flat, kind of overlooking a little creek bottom. That deer came right up the creek bottom. I'm not crazy about the spot that I'm in. I would have liked to have hunted over on the other side because there's a couple of clear cuts over there. But there was two guys that had already kind of claimed that and put stands in there, so I brought my saddle and came this way. I think that's the fourth deer that I shot out of the saddle without ever being in a tree. So anyway, I'll show you what we're looking at here. I'm kind of sitting up on top of this ridge. Creek bottom runs down through here. There's a little clear cut over there that deer came out of, and then up on top of the next ridge, there's actually a road cut in there. So it's nice access to get back in here without making a lot of noise. And then the main road is back that way about, I don't know, 300-400 yards probably. I really don't want to be moving around a whole lot in here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get up in a minute here. Go take a look. I'm going to take kind of a quiet, slow walk down there and just check this out. It was about a 60-yard shot. I put it right through her shoulders. I did a high shoulder shot because I didn't want her to run. Somebody else just shot. I think I only heard 3 other shots this morning, so there's about 20 guys in here on 1,000 acres, so I'm gonna just slip down here and have a look. course she ends up in the creek. Well, unfortunately it was a buttonbuck. Well, I've got a second one on the ground for the morning. Came right up out of that same creek bottom that the first one did. This one was a doe that was being chased by a buck. She came up running and she was panting hard. That buck came in behind her. It's too bad, it would have been about a 30-yard shot. He was a decent buck. He was kind of spindly up top, but he was a 8 or 9 point. Nice sized deer. Not much of a rack, but I've never had that happen. I shot that deer and she took off running and she ran right straight into a tree. I wish I had been filming. I'm not sure what killed her, the slug or the tree. So anyway, we killed one about 7:30 this morning. I saw another one about 8:30 and it's about 9:30 now. Or 10 o'clock now. So I guess I gotta go gut a second one. And then I'm gonna need the call on the field about that buttonbuck. He's got an antler. It's under 3/4 of an inch. On one side, I don't think it's visible above the hairline, but I'm gonna ask him about that. If I don't have to tag it as a buck, that would be nice, but I think I'm going to. It's probably the right thing. We got another one coming in, I think. I just had a buck run a doe through here. I shot the doe, but he's really confused. He's right down there. He still smells her. I don't think I can shoot him because that first one was technically a buck. Buttonbuck, but he's like a spindly 8 point. The doe's laying down there. There he is. He doesn't know what's going on. That one's as good as they come. Good deal. We got buzzards already starting to line up here. I got 2 down. I'm liking the way this is going so far. Okay, so I shot her down there. She came right up through here. You can see there's a little blood right here. And that's the tree she ran straight into. So I got the other one laying over there. This one here. It's starting to look like a crime scene around here. The last one, I got more blood around from cutting my thumb open than I did from the deer, so we're trying not to do that again. And do a second one here. I'm going to take that as a good sign. We just had a shot over on the private land. I think we had 2 or 3 shots over there this morning before I started seeing deer. It's about 2 o'clock right now. So a daylight, a little more. It's a good sign though. Something's moving. Let's see. Life is good. good buck. Awesome. Pretty excited. Now folks, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I couldn't get the shot on film, but I'm just not that good of a hunter and a filmer, so I'll give you the next best thing. Can't tell if he's 8 or if he has a couple of small points on him too, but boy, it's like 3 o'clock, I think. I was just sitting here having a cup of coffee, and I heard him raking trees down there. I grunted a couple times, and I can't say that that brought him in. It probably didn't, because he was just doing his thing, but I dropped him right where he stood. I shot him high in the shoulder. I kind of like to do that when I can. So, looks like a really good buck. I'm tickled. I don't think I've ever had a 3 deer day. I don't think that's ever been legal anywhere that I've hunted. Yeah, that's a good deer. That's a nice one. He's a dandy. He's just a nice heavy 8. Nope, 9. Nice deer. Well, folks, I'm sorry I couldn't get the shot on video, but this will be the next best thing. He's a good heavy 9. Nice deer. I'm thrilled with that. I've never had a 4 deer day, or a 3 deer day, sorry. Yep. He was raking that tree right over there. I'll show you in a minute. There it is, folks. That's a beauty of a buck. Really nice. He was right. You can see it right in there. That's where he was raking that tree. I think he hit another one down here that I couldn't see, but I just heard him nutsing around in there. Boy, what a great buck. Go ahead, Greg. Kill a 3rd deer today. In my normal hunting, I would pack and quarter this deer, but they take a weight and they take the jawbone out to test the age and health of the population. It's all part of a management thing, so makes me remember why I quit dragging deer. Whew. Okay, not much further. So like I was saying, 3 in a day might be a little much. The bad part is I think I'd still do it again. This stuff is a sickness, folks. Alright, this is the aftermath. We've got a pretty good sizable pile of deer there. Unfortunately, because there's so many of them, and this is why you do management hunts, the deer are not overall typically healthy because the amount of deer they have there. The does, and that one's a button buck, but the does are about 68 pounds. Both of them are the same weight. That buck is only 117 pounds. And that's a nice mature buck. I mean, you know, 9 point, he's a 4-year-old, 4.5-year-old, something like that probably. Nice buck. But anyway, good day.